Are you ready?
This should be on the bloopers.
Hola mis amores, bienvenidos a YouTube. Sí, es verdad.
Okay.
Y también, hoy es muy especial porque hoy, nosotros vamos reacciones de tus voice memos.
Vamos a reaccionar.
Vamos a reaccionar
Reaccionar.
de reaccionar.
Hey. Reaccionar
Reaccionar
tus
tus
notas
notas
de voz.
de voz. Y también, por favor, ignora mis uñas.
Okay.
Vamos. Y también por un memos de voz.
Notas de voz.
Notas de voz. Un speaker. Conectaje de mi teléfono. Porque los notas de Instagram.
Sí.
Sí, es verdad. Estoy muy emocionada. Let's see the first one. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait, no, that's not long. Okay. Primera nota de voz es de Cynthia B. Montas. She sent 3.
How do you guys meet? How do you guys navigate dating with the faith?
With the what?
Faith.
Talk to us about your relationship with each other and your relationship with God and how it played a role in your dating life.
Muy bien, preguntas. Y primera, nosotros
Nos conocimos.
nos conocimos de Instagram. ¿Es verdad?
Sí, I slid in her DMs and then we met for the first time in San Diego.
Sí, we talked for 2 meses. Y también, he basically fell in love with me just by talking to me because I'm really funny. And
Okay.
and then he flew to visit me and we fell in love and he asked me to be his novia, si es verdad. Y estoy muy feliz, si es verdad. Y también, faith.
What was the second question? How do we
date with the faith? So, somos cristianos, sí es verdad. Y también es muy importante por our marriage.
we're trying to do it all Spanish or English?
No, mixiaje.
Okay, so I feel that part it's actually very important because
Primero importante.
yeah, because when you have a relationship with God, first of all, you understand what's your task, especially as a man, in terms of a relationship
And your role and your responsibilities.
yes, and how you should respect your women, how you should treat your women, how you should go about anything in general. So I think that's like a key thing in our relationship.
I agree completely. And I think having your own individual relationship with God should be the most important, because if you have a relationship with God, like, for example, I trust that you have your relationship with God, so I don't think he's going to mess up because he holds himself to God, and vice versa, I hold myself to God. So if it's different than if, like, he's doing it all on his own and he thinks he can do things
So he makes
behind
you-
closed doors, or I could do things behind closed doors, because we both know that Jesus is always with us and he knows every little dark part of our hearts. I think it holds us accountable. It makes us very open with each other, because if you love like Jesus, then you're very forgiving and open. And
So it gives you more confidence, pretty much.
sí es
It
verdad.
gives you more confidence and more peace.
Sí es verdad. Y también, people do marriage for different reasons, but marriage should be built upon Jesus, because it's supposed to replicate Jesus's love for us and the church. You know, the church is Jesus's bride. Marriage is a holy covenant between 2 people. So it's very, very importante. Y también, we could do a whole video on that. ¿Cómo se dice next?
Siguiente, tú sabes. Siguiente.
Siguiente. Sorry, guys, I have to look for them. This one comes from Joanna or Johanna?
Johanna.
Well,
Joanna. It's,
Jojo. This is from Jojo.
I just want to say you guys are the cutest. Your videos are amazing. I crack up every single time. And you are doing so well in Spanish. El español no es fácil.
Ay, muchas gracias.
Thank you.
No es una pregunta, pero me gusta porque es muy simpática. Sí, es verdad. Next, de Chase.
Oh, I thought it was Chris. I don't know.
I think it's supposed to be Chris. Chase Alejandre. Una hombre. Uno hombre.
Un hombre.
Un hombre.
Hambre no.
¿Qué
Hombre.
tal, chicos? ¿Cómo están?
Hombre.
No.
Pin pun.
No. No.
Okay, vamos. Okay. Also, muchas gracias por todos hombres that support us because we are like 90% female. So, sí, es verdad.
Llevo como más de un año viendo sus videos. Me da mucha risa cómo tú quieres aprender mucho a hablar el español.
Okay, pause it.
Y tu esposo
¿Por
trata...
qué?
Try to translate it.
The beginning, I know muchas risas as laughs. You bring a lot of laughs. No, was that wrong?
Well, hit it back because I know the first part it was in that. He said
¿Qué
he
tal,
had.
chicos?
Wait, okay.
Go by part.
Hola, chicos. Hola, guys.
¿Cómo están? Llevo como
How are we?
Yeah.
Oh, how are we?
más de un año viendo sus videos.
He's been watching us for a year.
Yeah, more than a year.
More than a year. Muchas gracias.
Me da mucha risa cómo tú quieres aprender mucho a hablar el español.
He has a lot of laughs, and I've learned a lot of Spanish. Oh, it brings him smiles.
It brings him he laughs a lot and like because of the way that you're trying to learn a lot of Spanish and stuff.
Sí, es verdad.
Tu esposo trata de poder entenderte.
And you try to understand what I'm saying. Sí, es verdad. Yo sé mucho español.
Qué cool que se lleven, que tengan esa relación. Qué
How cool.
Yeah, that we have that relationship or that we treat each other.
bonito. Nada, yo soy de México, les mando un saludito. Espero en uno de tus videos uses una palabra.
Okay. He's from Mexico.
Yeah.
And what else? I lost that last
Les
part.
mando, so you know saludos?
Saludos.
It's like greetings.
Oh, sí,
like
es verdad.
hi. So les mando un saludito. It's like he's saying hi. So like saludos from Mexico.
Oh, bueno. Oh,
And then he said he expects us to use. Keep going.
Lo güey, que nosotros en México usamos mucho,
The word
pero no es
güey.
una palabra de ofensa, sino
That it's not an offensive word. but-
Wait.
Wait, I think it's WEY, something like that. It's a
Okay.
Mexican. It's like I think it's like. Well, let him say it.
es como un saludo, así entre amigos. Nada, espero que salga este audio en su video, que lo estaré esperando. Y bueno, saluditos chicos, espero conocerlos pronto. Yo vivo aquí en Charlotte y espero un día encontrarlos para poder saludarlos y tomarme una fotito con ustedes. Me encantan sus videos y qué chingón que quieras aprender el español. Yo quiero aprender inglés.
Oh.
Saludos.
He wants to learn English. I know that part. And he's in Charlotte, correct though?
He lives in Charlotte, and he said he would like to see us around and then take a picture with us, and that it's really nice. You're trying to learn
Sí,
Spanish.
gracias. I would also just like to say we've met a lot of people in Charlotte. Literally yesterday, we get out of the car.
But a lot of people are also really shy. Sorry.
Okay, interrupto. Interrupto. Tú es interrupto. A mí. También, literally yesterday, we get out of the car at this random antique mall. It's not random. It's the biggest antique mall in Charlotte. But we get out of the car and then someone runs up to us. Her name was Jessica and her husband's name was Jim. And I remember that and I hope it's correct because I remember the J and the J. But she runs up. Oh my
That's
gosh,
really
she can follow you
impressive how
guys.
you can
Sí, es
remember
verdad.
names.
She runs up, oh my gosh. And then she's like, mi esposo gringo.
That's right.
I was like, oh, yo estoy gringa.
What did they call you? Remember what she called you?
Gringuita.
Sí.
Sí, es verdad, me gusta la palabra gringuita. Bebé nombre. Nombre?
No. Great job translating that one.
Muchas gracias. It's always amazing meeting people. So if you do see us out and about, say hi, say hola. A lot of people say when they come up to me, hola mi amor, and I instantly know. So sí es verdad.
Yeah, because a lot of people are shy, and especially I think with me, because I have a very good intuition, and I know when someone is like not like looking like that, but when they recognize me or us, and I guess they're shy. At least to me, I think when we're together, it's different. They feel like more confident.
Yeah, I think I might be a little bit more approachable than PJGG.
I seem like
He's huge, so he just
No.
stands out.
but I could be seen as like rude or like having a face.
Oh
which
yeah,
is,
I
like,
also have a face when I'm alone because for safety reasons, not because I don't want to meet people.
safety reasons.
See, you cannot look approachable as a woman walking around.
What's your not approachable face?
Like if you see me and I'm walking around and I look mean, it's because
I'll
I
be
don't want
like,
to get
"Are you
approached.
mad, miss?"
And good. And good, that's what you think, so you don't talk to me. Okay, this one is not
Oh, that's
this
a
is
long
not a
message.
voice note, but it comes from Brianna. Please, can you give advice on how to learn Spanish when you don't have friends who speak it or non-supportive parents? I have such a great passion, but it's really hard to keep progressing. I'm not successful with apps like Duolingo, Italki, similar source lessons are too expensive to keep doing. I take online Spanish at my school and it's not helpful. University classes are so time consuming. What do I do at this point? I feel like I just need to pack my bags
Whoa.
and go to the language. I want to be fluent. As I'm a future nurse, it could be so helpful.
People really think you're a Spanish teacher.
Y'all think I learned like I run a Spanish school, but I'm so lost. I feel so embarrassed learning because I sound stupid and have been made fun of. What do you do? Por favor. Okay. First of all, this is for every single person listening. No matter what you do in life, whether it's learning a language, trying out a new sport, whatever it is, if anyone makes fun of you for trying something new, do not listen to them. It goes in one ear, out the other ear, because fear is what's going to stop you from doing anything that you want to do in life. How many times have I messed up Spanish words?
Well, with me it's different because I laugh.
No. But answer the question. How many times have I messed up Spanish words?
All the time. I mess up in English so much. I don't
Every
care.
single day. And if I messed up and you laughed at me and I let that stop me, how sad would that be?
Well, I laugh.
Yes,
but it's
he laughs,
different.
but
It's not like
it's the same. It doesn't matter what people think. If they're laughing because it's funny, if they're laughing at you and making fun of you, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because if you want to do something, you pursue it. And let me tell you, I'm not very disciplined when it comes to learning my Spanish. I practice a lot and I mess up a lot, and it probably takes a week for something to stick in my head. Be patient with yourself, and learning a new language or learning anything should not be stressful. You should have fun with it, and also make some friends that speak Spanish.
yeah. I feel like
There's
that would
Facebook groups.
that would be the best thing because obviously, even though you try to learn it on your own, you need to hear it. Mm-hmm. You need to hear it. You need to also obviously speak it. And I would say like take it little by little. I don't know how many words by day, but pick words and then obviously use them in sentences or pick a sentence, I'll say, and use it throughout the day until you don't dominate that specific word or words, like don't move on. Because I feel like, and it happens with Alexa a lot.
I get very overwhelmed sometimes.
So she's very like outgoing, spontaneous. So if she hears me talking to one of my friends or whatever in Spanish, she hears a word, she just keeps repeating it, and that's her favorite word.
See, it's
But then
Fernando.
she doesn't really know it. Like she doesn't know she might know the definition of it and stuff like that, but she doesn't dominate that word. And then like a day later, she forgets it. You know what I'm saying?
Sí.
So like, it's like repetition, I'll say.
And also, like, a lot of people have given me advice, and I have not taken all of it, but I should. A lot of people say to watch telenovelas and consume content, TikTok, whatever it may be, in Spanish. And also, one thing that really helps me learn is I constantly try to think in Spanish. So rather than thinking in English, if I want to say something and I'm thinking in my head and I come to a pause where I don't know how to say it in Spanish, I'll Google it and I'll try my best to repeat it and like picture whatever I Googled in my head, because I can like close my eyes and picture something that I Googled. I think that's a photographic memory. Estoy muy inteligente. It también, that helps a lot, trying to think in Spanish. One time I even dreamed in Spanish.
Yeah, but
you really got
whatever-
to immerse yourself.
Whatever. You dreamed in Spanish.
Uno tiempo, sí, es verdad.
But how was your dream in Spanish?
Sí, no sé. I remember it I've only had one.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But
next one.
seriously, it's like a mental thing. Don't be afraid and
Excuse me.
have fun with it. Have it be lighthearted. It doesn't need to be something that you're like mad at yourself or mad at other people for. So that's for that. Okay, this one comes from Nicole.
Hola mis amores, yo tengo una pregunta. ¿Cómo fue que se conocieron? Saludos desde Chile.
How do we meet again?
Same way.
Well, de Instagram, sí, es verdad. Okay, this one comes from Pumpkin.
Oh, you want a voice message. You want voice questions. Okay. Ya sabe a cocina dominicana. Dime, ¿cuál es tu favorito plato?
Muy bien, buena pregunta.
Sí.
Buena pregunta, no es bien pregunta, porque me encanta comida. Tú sabes, me encanta comida.
Sí, tú eres una foodie.
Grande comida. Estoy grande comida.
That's not a thing.
Sí, ¿por
No.
qué?
Because it doesn't make sense.
Es mucho sensible.
Okay.
También, is she asking specifically Dominican food or in general?
Did you know what she?
I thought she said I'm Dominican. She's Dominican.
Yeah, but did you know what she asked?
Yeah, what's my favorite plate?
And what before that? She said if you know how to cook Dominican food.
No sé no sé cómo
Como, what are you trying to say? Say it.
cook. No sé cómo cocinar.
There you go.
No sé cómo cocinar a platos de dominicano, pero yo sé muy bueno.
You did cook. You cooked.
Muy bueno idea.
You
of
did
the
plantains
plates.
for me one time.
Oh, sí, yo
But that
yo
doesn't
fui
really
cocinar
count like that.
mango.
Oh, it was
También
really good.
yo ayudé a cocinar pollo guisado.
Ayudo.
Pollo guisado. Y yo sé, yo hice morir soñando. Sí, yo sé un biberón, pero sí es verdad.
Biberón.
What else? We made empanadas one time. They didn't turn out that good though.
But that doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know
I mean,
a
it's
lot.
still-
I made sancocho one time con Greshka, con mi amiga
She did it. She did it, not you.
Greshka would say I helped a lot.
Hoping does not mean you cooked.
But I think I have a good enough idea from watching him do it so many times. I think I could do it if I tried. To be honest, I don't.
She doesn't.
I do salads. I do meat. I do like spaghetti squash. I do.
Babe, that's not really cooking.
That is cooking.
Salad is cooking? I don't think even spaghetti should be considered cooking.
Yes, spaghetti squash. That's baking the vegetable. That's getting it the right texture. That's this. The
Babe,
seasonings, the sauce, the combinación.
Alright.
It también like I make chickpea brownies sometimes. One time.
that's baking, not cooking. All right, next question, please.
Okay, hold on. When I cook, I'm a very simple chef and I like healthy things. I love food. I love going out to eat. But when it comes to me, muy perezoso. Es un chef. Él es un chef. Sí, es verdad. This one comes from Kiz the Wiz.
What? Isn't that a rapper?
I have a question that is kind of random, but I wanted to know how PJ takes care of his hair because my boyfriend has similar hair texture and I wanted to help him out because he doesn't know how to do it himself.
But that's when I had long
I
hair.
also have curly hair, but I just have different kind of curly hair.
Oh, so that's when I had long
Let me
hair.
see. Okay. If you're asking about his hair now,
It's gone.
he just uses the Garnier Fructis curl cream. But
No,
back,
now, no.
yes.
Now I use whatever. But back in the
Yes, but you
day,
have the Garnier Fructis curl
yeah.
cream. Back in the day, he didn't take care of it. I did it. Anytime you see him with finger coils, that was all me. We experimented with a couple different products. We used the Garnier Fructis curl cream. Basically, he would shower, wash, condition, and then I would detangle and I would section it.
That would
It took a lot of
hurts a
time.
lot
I would section it and I would do finger
with
coils.
the fingers.
Very simple. Probably took like 45 minutes from start to
You
finish.
did it really fast.
Yes.
There was days that you did it in 30 minutes.
Yes. And then there
And I
was,
had a lot of hair.
I would also use a mousse sometimes. I use whatever's on hand, honestly. It's really more about the technique and the amount of product you use. Oh, we tried to do gel sometimes, but that style would last like a week.
Isn't there a video about it you doing it?
Yeah, I have a lot of videos back on the TikTok about it.
The best thing is just cut your hair. It's too much, man.
I loved his long hair, but the short hair, especially for baseball season,
my hat would fly all the time. It wouldn't fit, and then it was getting me hot. Everything. My hair was in the way of my eyes. It was too much. And then when I
Same.
did braids, it was not good.
oh yeah, braids hurt his head really badly. So
You try to do braids too, but
those turn out terrible. Braids are hard to do. This one comes from Baby G.
what are these rapper names? He's the Wiz of Baby G.
Vamos, Baby G.
Dos preguntas. ¿Qué le aconsejarían a los matrimonios jóvenes y qué le aconsejarían a todos aquellos jóvenes que quieren dar ese paso pero no saben cómo empezar o tal vez no tengan lo necesario para casarse, hablando como de economía?
All I heard was that we got married young.
So the first one is, what would you advise to young marriages? And then the other one is, what would you advise to young couples that want to take that step, but are not, or that they feel that they don't have the, like what it takes to get married, especially financially?
Really good question for us.
Yeah.
But she's asking in Spanish, so I don't know if I can give my advice in English.
I can translate.
Okay, so this is gonna be a long one.
Well, you gotta go by parts so I can translate.
Okay, first of all, when it comes to financials, you should discuss expectations and if you guys are okay, because when you get married, you become one, and that includes finances. And I'm talking about legally, like my student loan debt is his student loan debt.
Entonces, ella dice que el consejo de ella es que tienen que compartir sus expectaciones en torno a, porque cuando se casan, obviamente, todo es uno. Por ejemplo, la deuda que ella tenga son deuda mía, la deuda que yo tenga son deuda de ella. Entonces, tiene que compartir sus expectaciones en torno a lo financiero.
And also, you don't need to spend a lot of money to get married. We eloped, and I think the total cost of everything, including our dress, accommodations, we eloped on a beach, first of all. I think it was like $2,000 or $3,000. So you can do it with a little bit of money.
En torno a el matrimonio en sí, por ejemplo, los ceremonias y cosas así, no necesariamente tienen que ser una boda grande. Nosotros hicimos eloped, no sé cómo se dice en español, pero es cuando te casas tú solo, quien te casa, y en nuestro caso fue nosotros dos, una señora que nos casó y una fotógrafa en la playa. Y por todo eso, con la estadía y eso, fueron como like $3,000.
$2 or $3. I
Como
can't remember.
$2,000 o $3,000.
I would say don't let the cost of a wedding hold you back from getting married if you know that is your person and
I feel like
God is within the relationship.
I feel like she means more, not specifically about the marriage itself. It's like the two couples, like,
One couple.
I'm sorry, the one couple coming together they want to get married, but either
But they don't know
she
if they're
or
ready.
him don't have that financial ability. Like, how do you navigate that? Pretty much.
Well, listen, you're going to be married when you're rich, you're going to be married when you're poor. Marriage is not a circumstantial decision. Like, you don't make the decision to marry someone based off finances. You make the decision to marry someone based on your intention to spend your life with that person. And because I know she's Cristiana, like, look at what the Bible says about marriage, you know?
Ella dice que obviamente cuando tú te casas, tú no te casas con la intención de hacer dinero o no hacer dinero. Tú te casas por amor, por el compromiso. O sea que eh, no necesariamente se necesita un dinero para casarse. Obviamente se necesita un dinero, diría yo, si se quiere mudar y cosas así. Pero mi consejo, aparte del de ella, que yo daría es, dos es mejor que uno. O sea, si se casan y juntos buscan la forma de hacer dinero y ayudarse uno al otro, entonces sería mucho mejor. Pero no creo que no hay nada escrito que diga, o algunas mujeres tienen sus no reglas, expectaciones de qué necesitan o qué quieren para casarse, otras no, al igual que hombres, pero no creo que haya nada escrito que diga necesito X cantidad de dinero para estar casado, o sea, trabajar juntos en equipo y conseguir lo que puedan conseguir para ambos. So I translated what you said, and then I said my personal advice was like, I said like two obviously is better than one. So like if you are getting married, I don't think that there's a specific like rule or obligation of like, okay, there has to be an X amount of money in an account for us to be married. I did say there's women's and men's that have their expectations in terms of what they looking for, what they want. But I say like, you get married, you work as a team, and then whatever you guys get for both of you guys.
Pray about it. And then as far as being young couples go, I think it's really important to remember if you guys do get married or you're in a relationship that we're still individual people growing. Like I met PJ when I was 23. 23 and I'm 26 now, and like those are very developmental years, and same for him. And like people change and they grow, and you can do that individually and also still be one under the eyes of God.
And also like help your partner. Like know your partner's dreams, know what they want to accomplish, and then help each other out. You know what I'm saying? Like support your partner in whatever they're trying to do, whatever they want to do, whatever their passion is. And then obviously things are gonna come and money's gonna come and it's gonna go and all that stuff. But the main thing is what she said earlier. It's love, which should be the first thing that you're looking at when you're getting married. And obviously like if the person that you're next to, it's whoever you want to spend the rest of your life next to. So like or with. So
and also I would just like to note, love is not just a feeling, it's a daily decision. And love, you can see someone and how they love you based on their actions. So don't think I'm saying, oh, just because you really like this person you should love them. You should see the way that they treat you and the way that they treat other people in their life, and that shows their love. Vamos, Erika, vamos.
excuse me. I don't know what's in my throat.
Saludos desde Venezuela, Gringuita y Pedro José. Normalmente respondo las dudas que tú tienes, que le haces las preguntas a él sobre el español en tus posts o a veces por aquí, pero jamás los lees. Esta es una buena oportunidad. Saludos desde Venezuela. Bendición.
No entiendo nada, pero Venezuela. Sí, es verdad.
So she's from Venezuela, so she obviously says greetings, blah, blah, blah. And then she says she always responds to your doubts with the Spanish stuff. She does it either by the post commenting or through the DMs, but you never see it. And then she said this is a good opportunity.
Sí, es verdad. Muchas gracias. It's a good opportunity for what?
For you to see her message.
Sí, lo siento if I don't see your guys' messages. There's a lot of DMs in here. But hola, Erika. Muchas gracias. Okay, this one comes from Callie, and I think this one will be in English, I'm guessing.
Buenos dias. Hi, Lex and PJ.
Wait, let me restart that because that's a jump scare.
Hey.
Wait. Okay.
Buenos dias. Hi, Lex and PJ. I am getting married this next year. My fiance, husband to be, is Dominican, and I'm from the US in the Midwest. And I wanted to ask, what are some of your suggestions or advice on merging two cultures in marriage? And what have been some of your experiences or hurdles in having a like bicultural relationship and marriage? Has it been something that's been easy? Like, have things come up that you weren't expecting or anything like that? I think so far we've done a good job, but I definitely notice that we do things differently, and I think it's based on culture. So I just wanted to hear your experience.
I love that.
Año nuevo.
Yes, we're done. Really good question. So, a lot of people ask us this because I think they would assume it would be really hard. But I am the type of person that I'm very open to learning. I love learning and I'm very curious about everything. I feel personally like we haven't had any cultures like blending struggles. I feel like I've fully embraced his culture.
That's right.
And if you are not, if you reject a part of your partner, if you reject where they come from, you reject the language that they speak, that can cause a lot of issues. So I feel like my advice would be to fully embrace his culture and him also fully embrace wherever you came from, and find a way to have a balance. And also, actually, one struggle that I can think of off the top of my head just has to do with like a slight language difference. Sometimes PJ will say things and it's not correct. So I'll think he means something different than what he means.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, Alexis, you know what I mean? And I'm very into language and learning. Like, if it's not correct, I'm not going to know what you are trying to say if it's not what you're saying. So we've had like a little bit of tiffs about that, but if you communicate through it, then I can understand where you're coming from and what you actually mean. So that would be a little bit of a barrier, but other than that, I feel like we haven't had any issues. Hence
Now
why
we're
we didn't
talking.
get casted for 90 Day Fiance.
Now we're talking. Okay, yeah. So for me, like I was lucky with Alexis because that was one of the things that made me fall in love. That she embraced my culture so much that I was like, whoa, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like she's probably more Dominican than me by now. Like
Muchas personas say that.
she loves the Dominican. She loves all about it. She loves the dances, the food, everything. She asks questions. She doesn't stop in terms of like getting deep into the culture or my culture.
Remember when we were in DR and I kept asking you about the history of DR, like the
Yeah.
government and stuff, and he's like, I don't know. And I'm like,
Yeah,
come on, we need to know this.
Yeah, I know. So I will say it's also like she said, communication. Communicate. Just like a regular relationship. The things that you don't like that comes from your culture. Things that you like that comes from your culture. I was also lucky because we share the same hobbies. We share the same things. We go to the gym together. We love
We like
fitness.
movies,
We
we
like
food.
movies. So it was kind of easier for us. I think the only kind of barrier was the language sometimes, especially at the beginning. I feel like that's about it. Like you embrace his culture and then for him to embrace your culture, trying to learn as much as you can from each other and then like build up from there. Like I'll tell you that like this is what happened to me. The more she was into my culture, the more I was falling in love with her. I fall in love with her every day. It's just because like she's trying to know more about me, about my culture, about my family. She asked me questions. So in terms of her culture, I think I've done the same thing, like especially now in like Christmas times, like doing like gingerbread houses, stuff like that. Never done that in my life.
I don't even know if that's an American thing, but
I for sure know it's not a Dominican thing.
Yeah.
So, or at least I've never done it before. And small things like that. So pretty much like enjoy each other in terms of culture, I'll say.
and this is also just general dating advice. Doesn't even have to be different cultures. But the way that I view life is any person that you meet or any experience that you have, it just expands your life and your worldview. Like, I'm a very curious person. Like PJ said, I ask a lot of questions, and I've experienced so many different things by being curious about his culture. I mean, we have such an amazing community, and I meet so many people through social media because I'm curious about it. And so, if you want to be a good partner in the initial stages of dating, if you're married, whatever, you have to be like curious about the partner and view them as an individual. Like, do I particularly love baseball? No. Do I love watching PJ play baseball? Yes. Do I like everything, the edits, everything that your dad does for you? Yes, of course. Like, and do I show up to all the games that I can? Yes. Not because I love sports, but because I love him. And so I learned all the terms, did I not?
All the terms? Majority of them, yes.
I learned the majority of baseball terms. And so the same way I do that for baseball and his culture, he has done the same for me. He never liked being on camera. He hates it. He's not really into social media, but because it's my passion, he is willing to get in front of the camera like right now. And I really appreciate that from him.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. This one comes from Micah.
Hola, ¿cuáles son las favoritas canciones de ustedes?
Your favorite songs?
Yo no tengo
I don't really.
canciones
She listens to
favoritas.
pretty much everything.
I listen to pretty much everything. I like a lot of worship, music. Sorry.
More, for me, it's more like
en
rhythm
español,
wise.
porque she has
Para
some
mí
en
es más
español.
como las vibras y el
Las
ritmo
vibras.
y los
Sí, es
beats y
verdad.
eso.
Sí, lo siento porque yo no tengo...
Well, I like jazz a lot.
Sí, es verdad. Okay, this one comes from Jocelyn.
Question: what is your relationship with PJ's family, and how is your relationship with his family?
Buena pregunta. We are very lucky in that both of our parents are very supportive of us and our marriage, and I really appreciate that because sometimes dating outside of your culture or your race, sometimes parents can disapprove, and that makes my heart hurt a lot for anyone who has to go through that. I'm about to start my period. Give me some water. Dame mi agua, por favor.
It's not tu agua, it's my agua.
Dime or dame?
No. Dime, tell me.
Sí, es verdad. But we've been very, very blessed in that sense. And, I mean, I lived with PJ's family for eight months. And I didn't practice as much as I could, and I do kind of suffer with a little bit of social anxiety. I don't know if you guys can relate, but like, you know, when you're at your partner's house with their family and like you don't want to go get something, so you'll ask your partner to go get something because you like want to avoid social interactions.
Well, that's also because you were a little bit shy.
Yeah, I was a little bit more shy then. I think I'm a lot more confident now, and I think things might be different now, and we communicate like when his family calls him, I talk to them, or I DM them. So very supportive, and I feel like it's all love, and it's never been anything but all love from both of our parents. I think both of our parents want the best for us, and they, like my mom's obsessed with PJ. She loves him. She is always, when we were dating, she'd be like, how's my boyfriend doing? So they've always been nothing but supportive. The thing is, though, I've met his family, he's met my family, but our families have never met. Like my parents and his parents have never met, which that'll be interesting whenever that happens.
Yeah, because my parents don't speak as much English. My dad speaks a little bit. My mom speaks less.
Mm-hmm. And my parents don't speak Spanish.
But they're also like across the world. So
yeah, Dominican Republic and Montana.
It's going to get to that point, hopefully. That's one of my goals. Probably like coming into next year, I would like to do that. But then I would say the same thing. I would say like her parents are very loving, and like they have welcomed me so good to their family so well.
Well, they've welcomed me so warmly.
So warmly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then also he did ask my father for my hand in marriage. And let me tell you, he grabbed an apple before he did that. And he had the apple in his hand the entire time. And then after he did it, he still had the apple. He's like, I don't know why I'm holding this
I
apple.
don't remember that.
You don't? I remember it very clearly. But yeah, my dad approves and accepts of him and everything like that. Okay.
Well, yeah, because we're married.
Well, yeah. Okay, this one is from Jeannie.
Yeah.
Vamos.
My fiance is Dominican and I am of Hispanic descent. However, my family never taught us how to speak Spanish, and so I understand a little, but I'm really not confident in speaking it, even though it's part of my heritage. So I just wanted to know how you get the confidence to practice and learn something that is not the norm for you.
También.
Use him. Use your fiance. He's Dominican, isn't it?
Yeah, but she's asking how do you get confident to practice? And I will say, like I mentioned earlier, confidence with anything in life, it's all in your head. It's all about saying you're going to do something and following through with it and holding yourself accountable because, I mean, you don't like a flaky friend. Do you like a flaky friend? Do you like people who cancel plans on you? Do you like people who run late? No. So
I don't like that for sure.
No, yeah. So why would you do that to yourself? If you want to learn, you just set a small goal every single day and show up for yourself, and by doing that, by taking those actions, you build your confidence. And don't let a mistake or drawing a blank in your head about a word, don't let that destroy that confidence. Because you mess up, you try again. And like I said earlier, you have to have fun with it. It should not be a hard thing. It should not be frustrating. It can be confusing, but like laugh about it. That is why I have so much fun learning Spanish, is because it's ha ha, he he. I mess up a word and people make fun of me. I don't care, you know?
Yeah, I would just say like use your you have an advantage and it's having someone which is your partner that's Dominican and speaks Spanish, and then like that's the perfect scenario for you to gain confidence doing it with him. I will say though, for the husband or for the fiance, you have to be patient. For me, at times with Alexis, it was kind of like, I wouldn't say annoying, but it was kind of like too much because it was nonstop. It's still nonstop, but I have learned my way to manage it.
Yeah.
So like just ask, let it out, like speak it, do the mistakes that you're gonna do, like commit the mistakes you're gonna commit, like just let it out. And then you're gonna feel confident. You also have to have I wouldn't say strong character, but a good character that when people try to make fun of you, that doesn't matter. You wouldn't care. So that's my advice.
Yes. Es verdad. Todo es verdad.
My grandpa used to say, eso es así.
Es what?
Eso es así.
Eso es así.
Eso
Like
es
eso sí que es.
Pretty much.
Eso sí que es. Okay, vamos de Elianes. Elianes.
Hello, soy fan de ustedes. Saluditos desde Cuba. Como soy nueva seguidora, mi pregunta es, ¿cómo se conocieron? Por favor, que sea una historia bonita de amor.
Muchas gracias, Elianes. Así es verdad, de Instagram. Lo siento porque muchas personas hasta es Lilo.
Hola chicos, buenos días. Dios los bendiga. Quiero decirles que sus videos son súper entretenidos, son súper divertidos y amo que Lex nunca se rinda y que continúe trabajando súper fuertemente para aprender español. Es muy tierna, muy dulce y eso me encanta, y me encantan ustedes como pareja. Y mi pregunta es si Lex ya sabe que el español que está aprendiendo el dominicano es diferente al resto del español que se habla en los otros países de Latinoamérica o en España. Un beso y bendiciones. Me gustaría ver la reacción de ella cuando se entere de que muchas de esas palabras no las va a entender o no se usan para en los otros países.
Okay, so what I got from that, muchas gracias por la primera de nota. She's saying that something that it's cute me learning Spanish.
Yeah, so pretty much the same thing. She's a fan and she loves
Gracias.
videos and how fun they are. And she loves that you don't give up and
Sí.
trying to learn Spanish.
And then the second part, I heard something about a lot of different countries
Yeah,
that
so
speak Spanish.
her question was that if you know that the Spanish that you learn in Dominican is way different than...
Oh, sí, yo sé. Porque él habla en español muy, muy rápido y muchas palabras no es correcto. No es correcto. Una historia muy cómica. Yo sé la palabra mismo. Mismo es same. Ok, sí es verdad. Pedro González Gómez tiene un, ¿cómo se dice cousin? Prima. Girl. Prima. Y ella se llama Mimo.
Well, there's a
Pero,
nickname.
Mimo. They call her Mimo. They call her Mimo. Y también, por 8 meses en República Dominicana, he, all the time, everyone always saying, Mimo, Mimo,
Oh, I
Mimo,
remember
Mimo,
that.
Mimo, 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 after every sentence, Mimo, Mimo. And I'm over here, why are they talking about his cousin so much? Why are they talking about Mimo so much? Little did I
totally
know.
forgot about that.
Little did I know that they decide it's not Mismo. It's gonna be Mimo for same. Why do you do that?
Great storytelling.
Gracias, but why do you do that?
It's just a Dominican thing.
So it's like
but then she also said she wanted to see your reaction when you realized that it's not the same Spanish. So
yo sé.
There's your reaction.
Yo sé. Es muy difícil porque I know words, I know mismo, but then they say mimo, and I'm like, the whole 8 months, I'm thinking it's something else. I'm thinking it's a person. And then for the longest time, I didn't know how often they used verdad because they say, Evela, Evela, Evela. It's not es verdad, it's Evela. Oh, and also, one huge thing, I feel like when I learned Spanish, V was v, vosotros.
It is.
In República Dominicana, V es B, vosotros. B, un, vos.
I know. Wish is unique.
Es muy confusionazo.
Wish is la pámpara, ve.
¿La pámpara? ¿Qué
Sí.
significa?
Wish is the Mayimbas.
Yo estoy Mayimba, el jefe. Y otra vez a Cristina.
Hola, feliz Navidad desde Puerto Rico. Me encanta cómo hablas español, lo haces muy bien, estás aprendiendo súper rápido. Sí, es verdad. Bye.
Did she say she wants to hear me speak really fast?
No.
Oh. What'd you
She
say?
loves how you are learning Spanish and that you're learning really fast, really quick.
Oh, muchas gracias, mi amor. Te quiero. I think that might be the last.
Through conversations.
I think that might be the last one. Okay, that was the last of them.
We're trying to grow our YouTube, so please, either I don't know if you will post another story or comment. Subscribe, follow. Do you follow on YouTube?
No, it's just subscribe.
Subscribe, and then comment below what would you like us to do in terms of videos for YouTube. We're trying to grow it. We're trying to give you guys a little bit more of content and for you guys to know a little bit more about us. So yeah, just let us know what you like from this video and what you would like for us to do next.
Y también, if you want more of these kind of videos, I feel like the more we do these, the more interesting the questions will be, or the more interesting the advice will be. And I feel like we could get really deep into topics. Like I could get a whole deep into relationship advice, faith advice, confidence advice. Like I really could see that. Or it could even be funny. It could be like us reacting to funny stories because people love your laugh. Y también, we do have new merch. It's called Pin Poon. Porque estamos Pin Poon. Y también. And I would just like to clarify, I use Pin Poon for pretty much anything that is even remotely similar. Yo sé el mensaje de ping pong es exactamente, el mensaje exactamente, pero yo uso todas las cosas, mi y mi esposo, ping pong, porque es muy similar.
Okay,
Gracias.
thank you.
Sí, es verdad.